In Matthew chapter 5, verse 17 and following, I've been working my way through the discourse of Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount. And I'm reading the Greek and then doing like a running commentary, translating it into English, and then doing a running commentary. So, as we've worked our way up through the Sermon on the Mount, after the Beatitudes, and after saying that believers are the salt and light in the world, he then comes to emphasize that he's not coming to destroy the law or the prophets, but to fulfill it. So verse 17 then reads, Me namise te hati eotan katalusaitan naman etus prophetas, uk eotan katalusai ala plerosai. Do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I came not to destroy, but to fulfill. Jesus is saying, I'm not destroying the law and the prophets, I'm fulfilling them. I'm bringing out their inner meaning, the soul of what the law and the prophets are about. In the spiritual meaning, I'm thinking he's saying. So verse 18, the text continues. Amen gar lego humen, haos an paleothe ha uranas kahege, yota hen emia keraya, me paleothe apatunamu haos an panta genetai. For verily I am saying to you, until heaven and earth should pass away, one yod or one tittle shall in no wise pass away from the law until all be fulfilled, till all occur or happen, come to pass. It's interesting that he's saying even the smallest dimension of the law and the prophets, I have not come to destroy. A yod is the smallest consonant in Hebrew, in the Hebrew alphabet. And a tittle is like a little flurry. If you wanted to take like a dollar like this, it's a little flurry at the end. That's a tittle. What he's saying is the law and the prophets are authoritative, and I haven't come to destroy them, even to the finest detail of them, I think he's saying. And this is showing Jesus' attitude toward the Hebrew scriptures, their full authority. And I believe elsewhere he puts the same emphasis on the New Testament, where he talks about how the Spirit would guide you into all truth, and the upper room discourse, and so forth. So then we move on. Has an un luce mion ton entalon tuton ton elakiston kai didaxe hutos tous anthropus elakistas the thesetai en te basileia ton uranon coste an poetse kai didaxe hutos megas klethesetai en te basileia ton uranon. And notice, as I would translate it, whosoever should destroy one of these least commandments and should teach thus, should teach men thus, having destroyed them, he shall be called least in the kingdom of the heavens. But whosoever shall do and teach, this one shall be called great in the rule of the heavens, or the kingdom of heaven. In other words, if you destroy any of the law and the prophets, you actually will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. If you do and teach even the least, the smallest part of the law and the prophets, one shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Again, notice the emphasis that Jesus is making on the authority of the law and the prophets. He held it in the highest authority. He said in John that the law could not be broken, or the scriptures of the Hebrew Bible could not be broken. So here we see his attitude on the high authority of Scripture, and that he wants to stress, and Matthew's recording it, that I have not come to destroy one thing, but to fulfill it and bring out its, can I say, inner meaning, or the interior meaning of it. And then he emphasizes that what he teaches will go much more into the heart of Scripture than the Pharisees and scribes. Verse 20, Lego God humin hate an me perisuse humon e dekausune pleon ton graton kai pharision ume aselthete eis tain basileon ton uranon. For I say to you, except your righteousness should be more than the scribes and the Pharisees, you shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of the heavens. In other words, Jesus is saying, I'm going beyond just the mere external. I'm bringing out the inner meaning of the law and the prophets, and accept your righteousness. Go beyond that of what the religious leaders had taught, he's saying, the scribes and the Pharisees. You'll miss the kingdom of heaven. So it's a very interesting passage, and it prepares the way for the Sermon on the Mount, as Jesus will get in to certain details, like you've heard, don't commit adultery, but I say to you, don't even think it in your mind, and so forth. So he's bringing out the interior meaning as well as the literal meaning of the text.